still your leaders over the top of the table, but only bloody just. Ipswich Town breathing down their necks. Will they take advantage this weekend? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Pam's giving a prediction video today. We'll look forward to match day number, 21 over in League One, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang, all things League One related, Papa Rovers related, World Cup related. We've got it all going on here under one roof. Of course, I have been away. Of course, some of it by choice, some of it by not by choice, as of course been banned by the YouTube, locked up, of course, for what they deem a misleading watch along. Which, you know, I don't know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about, but of course it was a little bit extreme. But anyway, we're back. Of course, we're looking forward to League One. Of course, we're looking forward to wrapping up the World Cup as well. Anyway, we'll get into that in a second. Of course, people should have VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get cracking and have a look at what we're talking about now. In the midst of all the banning and all that kind of stuff, I actually did record last weekend's games. I was on the verge of putting them up. Of course, this time last week, but the ban was in place by then, so I couldn't do it. So this where we're coming at you right here and now for this video is where we last left you. So here we go then. Here we go. These are the games. Back then, of course, Pompey with a 0-0 draw against Derby. I won with a 3-1 win. Exeter 2-0 loss to Ipswich. I went with a 2-1 win the other way. Bristol Rovers with a 1-1 with Posh. I got the one bang on the nose. Burton with a 2-2 draw over Plymouth. I went with a 2-0 win the other way. Cambridge did lose to Accrington Stanley. I went with a 2-1 win, of course, for Cambridge. Cheltenham with a 1-1 over Wycombe. I went with a 0-0. Barnsley 3-1 win over MK Dons. Of course, I've got that one pretty much close to the bone there, 2-0 win. Bolton with a 2-1 win over Fleetwood. I got that with a 2-0 win. Lincoln City 2-1 winners over Morecambe. Got that one spot on as well. Oxford with a draw against the Vegans. I went with a 3-0 win myself. Port Vale with a 1-0 over Charlton. I got that one bang on the nose as well. And then Wednesday 1-0 win over Shrewsbury. 2-1 win for me as well. So that was then. So Luna's still pissed at the banning. She's like upset, guys. So she'll be chomping on the bit to stake her own revenge on the YouTube for instigating that ban. But anyway, this is where we leave you right. This is where we bring you back to date. Plymouth and Argyle are still top by 1 point, and of course they could mathematically fall outside the top 2 with the of course results going against them this weekend. Barnsley doing A-OK into 4th, Bolton, Peterborough, and then outside the playoffs we have Derby, Pompey, Port Vale as well doing A-OK. Going down there, Morecambe, they're in trouble. Burton, MK Dons as well, and the Vegans. Of course, that's that. Of course. This is the prediction league for that weekend that we just brought you with Riley Turton top bins there with 6 points. Shane O'Donnell, Texas Hold'em, and of course the Blue Jay Plax plays whatever is up there in the top 3 there. Well done to those guys. And well done to Russell Frost and Shane O'Donnell with Blue Jack Plays up there in third in the table, brother. That's of course well done to you guys. Keep on keeping on. We're back, and hopefully we're back for the long term here. So here we go. This is the link, @League One, getting amongst it. Of course, you can still get in amongst it, even though things have been going on and you might be starting out. So you just get in there, get into the rhythm. Start winning some weeks, start building up your reputation, and then go again. So here are the games that we are looking at this weekend, coming at you on the December the 10th. We start off with a bit of a zinger. It is Ipswich, it's Peterborough, it's coming at you. It's the early kickoff as well. That's right, coming at you as well on Saturday, December the 10th. So here we go then. Of course, played 15 times done, 6-3 for Ipswich, 7 for Peterborough. We've got 5 draws, of course. Ipswich, though, just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them right now. Up against the Peterborough side, just 1 win in 6 for them, 17% form for them at the moment as well. Not great form for Posh at the moment, but they're coming at you last time around over at Portman Road. It was a 1-0 win for Peterborough back in January 2021. Peterborough though with a 2-1 loss against Barnsley, with Ipswich picking up a draw against Fleetwood Town, of course. But the odds for this game coming at you on that early day Saturday: 7-4 ownership Ipswich, 14-5 is your draw, and 90-4 is your away win. And of course that win a win for Ipswich at that time would actually put them top of the pops for a few hours at the very least. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Ipswich here. Peterborough on a bit of trouble at the moment. Kicking off with Shrewsbury also up against Bolton Wanderers as well. Another early kickoff coming at you as well. Played each other 8 times 2013. 1 for Shrewsbury, 5 for Bolton, 2 draws of course. Shrewsbury though 50% form for them right now, 2 defeats past 6 against Bolton side, of course, unbeaten last 4, 50% form for them, 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6. However, last time around though over at Shrewsbury it was a 1-0 win for Bolton back in January 2022. Bolton back-to-back wins over Shrewsbury over the last couple of matches. They come into this on the back of a draw against Bristol Rovers. Shrewsbury with a 2-0 win over Lincoln City, of course, to give themselves a good position at the table at the moment. The odds though for this one coming at you 12 12-5 is your Shrewsbury, 21-10 is your draw, 65 is your away win. We're back in Shrewsbury here, 1-1 draw for them. Point in the bag, of course, upsetting the odds a little bit. Next, of course, we have Accrington, Stanley, that's right. Up against Portsmouth, coming at you on the 10th of December as well. 16 times they played 2013, 4 for Accrington, 5 for Pompey, 7 draws, of course. Stanley, though, just 1 defeat past 6, 75% fall for them right now. Portsmouth, though, 1 defeat past 6, 67% fall for them at the moment heading into this as well. Last round, though, over at Accrington, Stanley was a 2-2 draw back in October 2021. Of course, Stanley there with a draw against Oxford most recently. Portsmouth with a 2-0 loss against Wycombe most recently. But the odds for this coming at you right here, right now, we are 12-5 is your Stanley, 11-5 is your draw, 65 is your away win. We're back at Accrington, Stanley with a 1-0 win for them, and that can actually put them up as high as 17th in the table. Meanwhile, Bristol Rovers up against Port Vale, of course, coming at you over in Bristol. That's right, coming at you this coming weekend as well. Played 13 times, 2005, 6 wins for Port Vale, 5 for Bristol Rovers, and we've got 3 draws, of course. Bristol Rovers are just 1 defeat the past 6, 67% form for them right now. Up against the Port Vale side, 58% form for them, winning 3 on the spin. Last time around, though, over at Bristol was a 2-1 win for Port Vale back in last season in League 2 in December. Around about this time last season, a 2-1 win it was for Port Vale. For Port Vale, though, 2-0 win over Plymouth. Big win for them, because Bristol Rovers with a 1-1 draw against Bolton most recently. But the odds here, we have 8-5 is your Bristol Rovers, 17-10 is your Port Vale, and 9-4 is the draw here on this. I'm going to go with a win for Bristol Rovers. 2-0 win for them. Of course, could put them up as high as 10th in the table. And of course, denting Port Vale's ambitious playoff drive right now. Kicking off all the Burton Albion against Derby County at the Pirelli. Now, these two sides have played to the corner in my eyes. 12 times 2008, 3 for Burton, 8 for Derby, 1 draw, of course. Burton, though, 75% form for them right now. Unbeaten the last 6. They're trying to make a push, aren't they? Up against the Derby County side, also unbeaten the last 5, 67% form for them at the moment. Last round, they're over at Burton. It was a 5-2 win. That was a friendly, doesn't really count. Last time picture in the league, it was a 3-1 win for Burton back in, of course, April 2018. Big win for Burton it was. Burton, though, with a 1-1 draw against MK Dons. Of course, Derby with a 0-0 draw at Sheffield Wednesday over at Pride Park. But the odds for this, we have Burton 9-4 for the victory, 65 is your Derby, 9-4 is the draw. Burton look good right now, but I'm going to go 2-0 win for Derby, as they are, of course, trying to get themselves back promoted at the first time of asking. Kicking off forward is Cambridge United up against Plymouth. Argyle must win for Plymouth. They want to stay top of the table. Played the 10 times 2014, 4 for Cambridge, 3 for Plymouth, 3 draws, of course. Cambridge, though, 3 defeats on the spin, 33% form for them right now. Plymouth, though, just 1 win in 5 for them, 50% form for them at the moment, coming at you. Last time around, though, over at Cambridge, was a 2-0 win for Cambridge back in February 2022. Cambridge, though, picking up a 2-1 loss against the Vegans. Of course, Port Vale with a 2-0 win over Plymouth in the Battle of the Peas most recently. But the odds right here, right now, we've got Cambridge 23-10 for the victory, 65 is your away win, and of course 9-4 is the draw here. And back in Plymouth, 2-1 win, bounce back ability, and of course, hopefully for them, staying top. Bills, of course. Next up, we have Exeter City against Sheffield Wednesday, which is also a bit of a zinger as well. Played the 5 times in 2010, 3 for Exeter. We've got 2 for Sheffield Wednesday, and we've got no draws, of course. Exeter, though, 42% form for them right now. 2 wins in the last 6 up against the Wednesday side, just 1 defeat of the past 6, 75% form for them heading into this as well. Last round, though, over in Exeter in the league, it was a 2-1 win for Exeter back in February 2012. Oh, goodness gracious me, that was back in League 1 as well. Exeter, though, 1-1 draw against Morecambe. Sheffield Wednesday with a 0-0 draw against Derby most recently as well. But the odds for this, we've got Exeter 60-5 for the victory, 5-2 is draw. 11-10 on is your Wednesday, of course, and a win for them. They could actually go top bills themselves. 2-1 win for me, though, for Exeter on this one. There ain't no slouches, guys. There ain't no slouches. Of course, they are competing for the top 6 as well, trying to get themselves in the playoff race at the moment. So 2-1 win for me on that one. Next, of course, we have Morecambe up against Charlton, managerless Charlton Athletic, of course, sacking Ben Gardner most recently, so he is gone. Played each other 2 times in 2021, 1 for Morecambe, nothing for Charlton, 1 draw, of course. Morecambe, though, without him in the last 9. Charlton, though, without him in the last 5, of course, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, they must have had aspirations for playoffs. Of course, Gardner has not delivered at the moment. Last time played each other over at Morecambe was a 2-2 draw back in November 2021. Morecambe, though, draw against Exeter most recently. Charlton, the 1-0 loss against Cheltenham, of course. But the odds here, 10-3 is your Morecambe, 5-2 is draw, 5-4 on is your course Charlton, now managerless, of course, unless they bring in a manager by then. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Morecambe against the grain here. Of course, Morecambe picking up a win and hopefully give themselves some hope as they try to get out of the drop zone. Kick on the forwards, the Vegans, also in the drop zone up against Cheltenham Town, that's right. Forest Green, of course, played each other according to my house, 12 times 15, 4 wins for Forest Green, 2 for Cheltenham, and we've got 6 draws, of course. The Vegans, though, back-to-back wins for them, 58% form for them. Cheltenham, unbeaten in the last 4, 67% form for them over the last 6. Last time round over at Forest Green. It was a 0-0 draw back in January 2021. That was in League Two. The Vegans, though, 2-1 win over Cambridge most recently. And, of course, Cheltenham with a 1-0 win over Charlton, which, of course, cost Ben Garner his job. The odds here, the Vegans, of course, 11-8 for the victory, 9-4 short, 2-1 is your away win. That's, of course, Cheltenham here. What way I'm going to go? I'm going to go with a win for nobody. 0-0 draw in the end. Point split right down the middle. Next up, of course, we have Lincoln City against Wycombe, of course, over at Sincilback. Played each other 17 times, done 4, 5 wins to Lincoln, 8 wins for Wycombe. We've got 4 draws, of course. Lincoln, though, 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat past 5 up against the Wycombe side. 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over that 6. That's 50% form for them at the moment. Last round, though, over at Lincoln, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. Wycombe are unbeaten against Lincoln over the last 6, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws. And they also commented on the back of that 2-0 win over Pompey. Lincoln, though, did lose to Shrewsbury 2-0 most recently, but the odds coming at you for this one. We have Lincoln 9-5 for the victory, 29-20 is your away win, and 9-4 is the draw here. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Lincoln City here. 2 points in the can, or 3 points in the can, and of course upsetting the apple cart with Wycombe as they try to make, of course, push for the players. Bad mid-table crunch clash anyway. MK Dons are still in trouble up against, of course, Fleetwood Town. Let's take a look at this one at this stadium MK as well this coming weekend. Pleasure to go to my eyes 11 times, 2014, 5 for MK, 2 for Fleetwood, 4 draws, of course. MK Dons, though, 2 wins in the last 6, 42% form for them right now, just 1 defeat past 6 for Fleetwood, 58% form for them at the moment. Last round over at MK Dons, it was a 3-3 draw back in September 2021. In fact, the last 3 matches between the two sides have ended up as a draw. Fleetwood, though, 1-1 draw also against of Ipswich. MK Dons with the 1-1 draw against Burton. It's draws galore here, guys, draws galore. The odds, though, for this game, we have, of course, MK Dons 11-10 for the victory, 5-2 is your Fleetwood, of course, 9-4 is the draw. Back in, of course, a 2-1 win for MK Dons here, and of course, that win could actually put them as high as 21st in the table, that's right. And then finally, it's Oxford United up against Barnsley, of course, who are flying high, played each other 9 times since 1993, 2 wins for Oxford, 4 for Barnsley, 3 draws, of course. Oxford, though, 75% form for them right now, without a loss in the last 6 up against the Barnsley side, winning 5 of the last 6, 83% form for them at the moment as well. Last time round, over at Oxford, it was a 2-2 draw back in January 2019. Oxford, though, with the draw against Stanley, of course. Barnsley with the 2-1 win over Peterborough, of course. But the odds for this, we have 5-4 is your Oxford, 11-5 is your Barnsley, and 9-4 is the draw. It's tight, airtight here. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win, though, for Oxford. They're back in the grain here, and of course, that could push them up as high as 10th in the table. Never write out Carl Robinson with Oxford United. Forever the bridesmaid, never the bride, though, of course. But anyway, that's my picks, and if I'm right, this is what that's what the table will look like, of course. Plymouth Argyle will remain top, Ipswich in 2nd, and Wednesday in 3rd, Derby, Barnsley, and then Bolton, Burton, Forest Green, Morecambe, and MK Dons going down indeed. That's what I've got, guys. Of course, use that MK California's League 1 to give me what you guys got, and of course, we'll hopefully see you back around for the next one. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell, of course. Hopefully, we're back uninterrupted all the way through to the bitter end. Until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next one.